What's eating you? Psychology Eats is here to help you. What's eating you? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Hello, Psychology Eats. What's eating you? You said there's an emergency in these YouTube streets. Uh huh. Well, what's the address? Okay. Well, I can't go there by myself, so give me a few minutes. Give me an hour because I need to gas up the van and I need to pick up a couple of psycho staffers. And we'll be right over there. Thank you. Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome back to Psychology Eats. So, what's eating you? Well, today, I am talking about racism, and it's a hot topic. It's been a hot topic. But it is like it's a hot topic right now, again, in these YouTube streets, because there was a content creator who was doing a live and she experienced racism. Someone, a white man, walked up to her live and said, she said, "Oh, I'm doing a live." He walked up in the live and said, "What up, N words?" He thought he was funny. She responded, kind of like, "What are you doing?" And okay, I'll pin the video, or I'll tell you where to go find the video. I didn't even put her in my thumbnail because I really just want to put his face and call him out for being a racist that he was. But my question, because a lot of people came at her talking about how they would have handled him, and you know, some people, oh, I would have slapped him, I would have punched him, I would have cussed him out, all of these things. But I think that you have to be in that situation and to understand how it feels and what what environment you're in. I mean, are you safe? How do you react to being in a racist situation? And there are a lot of variables that you need to consider, right? So this video is for, black people dealing with a white racist, or a white person dealing with a white racist, or, um, you know, a Hispanic person dealing with racism. So I think these tips will help anybody that is in a situation where they are being that someone is being racist against them. So, real short story time, because I have experienced racism twice in my life, where I'll talk about how I reacted to it. So, the very first time that someone called me the N word, I was probably in my early 20s, and I was a waitress at working my way, in college, and I was a waitress at a restaurant. And I was there. It wasn't my normal restaurant. They sent me there because they were short staffed or whatever. And so when I got there, the restaurant was like really dirty. And this lady, white lady, was like, "Well, you guys got to clean the restaurant." And I said, "Oh, I'm not cleaning this restaurant. I didn't create this dirt, and I'm not cleaning this restaurant. That's not happening." She says, "Oh, nigger, you gonna clean this restaurant." And you got to remember, I'm early 20s. I'm by myself. There's no other black people around me. Okay. And when she said it, I remember this so well because it was really a vivid moment in my life. Like I will always remember it. So my immediate response was I leaped at her, and someone like pulled me back. And so now I'm picking up everything I could find in the restaurant, and right. But in my mind, I'm thinking like, oh, you're really by yourself. And the town that I was in was known to be racist. So after I was throwing stuff, but I was backing my way out of there, right, to leave the restaurant. So when you think about what you would do in a racist situation, there's really three ways to handle it that I can think of. You can curse the person out, right? Oh, you call me a name, I'm going to call you a name. And now you have this verbatim going back and forth. You can act out aggressively. You can put your hands on the person, or you can walk away. So the option that is going to guarantee that you get home safely, well, 99.9% guarantee that you're going to get home safely out of that situation is to walk away. It's to walk away. The way I responded in the first time that it happened to me, everybody in that restaurant could have kicked my ass, right? I don't know, who was who, what was what. I just responded by just slinging and throwing shit at her. At the same time, it could have went real left. Like we could have actually fought. I could have hurt her. She could have hurt me. Was it worth it? Would it have been worth it? Okay. So with that situation, I mean, I went to, because it was a Friendlies. And so I went all the way to corporate reporting everything about the restaurant. I mean, I went in to get that restaurant dealt with and her behavior. So that was dealt with. But, all right, so years later, now I'm living in where I'm living now, a mixed neighborhood, but predominantly white. But what I like about my neighborhood is that it's very diverse, very diverse. I mean, you think of the nationality, and they live in this neighborhood. So this happened maybe like 15. I think we have been here maybe 10 years or whatever. Anyway, so my kids were going up, back and forth up to the bus stop. Um, so apparently there was some issues with some of these moms, these stay-at-home moms, about the seating on the bus. Now, I was a working mom, so, my kids were old enough to walk to the bus stop. I would stand in my driveway, watch them run up to the bus stop, because I'm getting them on the bus and I got to go to work. These women, stay-at-home mommies, they didn't have anywhere to go. So they would be up talking and chit-chatting at the bus stop. So one of the moms told me that one of the ladies was discussing my kids in a negative way. So I kind of ignored it. Then my kids told me the lady said that we got to sit in the back of the bus. Of course, that was a trigger word for me. She said, "What?" She said, "You got to sit where?" Okay. I'm coming to the bus stop. So I'm heated. I get up to the bus stop. I approached the lady I asked my kids, who said it? They said her. Okay. I'll go right up to her. What you tell my kids? What you say to my kids? You know. N word, she says to me, N word, what you gonna do? You said N word what? At the very time the bus pulled up, I told my kids, get on the bus. Now they knew they could see the steam coming off the top of my head. The other little stay-at-home moms, everybody. Let's just say that situation ended in court. Um, let's just say I use option number two, allegedly, because I was done, right? But when everything settled down, now you know how racists are. After the court was done and everything settled, she apologized. Apparently, her kids and my kids were friends, and she wanted to squash it. Okay, fine, squash it. Whatever, cool. Um, but I have a lot of regrets about that because my kids, although they saw me stand up for them, they also saw me out of control and pissed. And they still talk about it to this day. As a matter of fact, most of the kids in the neighborhood, they kind of won't even look at me because they know they remember what happened because they was on the bus and they saw the whole thing. Okay. So, it's some shame in that for me because I think about what I could have lost. I had too much to lose, right? From what I understand, I could tell you a whole bunch of background about this lady, but in comparison to me, she had nothing to lose. I had a lot to lose. I had a lot to lose. Had I been charged criminally for what happened, I had a lot to lose. And she didn't. She's a receptionist. She can get a receptionist job anywhere. What I do, I can't do that anywhere. I need certain credentials that I wouldn't be able to get and have had the situation gone even worse. So when people talk about, oh, I would have handled it this way, I would have did that, what do you have to lose? You're not going to fix the mindset of a racist. You're not. And as black people, we know that if we are in a situation and the police oftentimes, because, oh, she tried to get me arrested at the scene. If the police come in, they were listening to her side of the story. But there were moms that actually didn't like this lady, other white moms, because she was a bully, and they were on my side. And so the police was like, I'm the only black in the situation. Everybody else is white. And I think one lady might have been Chinese or something. Right? So my point is, the police could have came on that scene aggressively against me because I'm the black one. And I'm mad and I'm hyped up at the time. They could have took my life. And then where would that have left my children and my husband and my family? All because I reacted to an ignorant low class piece of lady who ain't shit, period. So you can say a whole bunch of what you would do and how I would handle it, but I'm going to say this. As black people, you need to think about it in your mind. How am I going to handle the situation? You need to think about who's around me. Am I by myself? Is this worth it? As women, we can't, in most cases, beat a man physically. And then who else may that person have with them? Is it worth your life? Is it worth going to jail? Because when the police arrive on the scene, chances are you're going to be seen as the wrong one. And now you're trying to defend yourself out of that. So, as far as the content creator that posted that live and she's been talking about it, I commented that she did the right thing. In that moment and in that space, she absolutely did the right thing. You know why? Because she was able to get in her car and go home and be safe. She's affected mentally by it because it's hurtful that we still, it's a hurt, it's anger, it's frustration that we still live in a time where you got to deal with stupid shit. It's really frustrating. But I think you got to teach your kids how to handle situations like that. If you have little, brown kids. And I'm speaking from the experience of the black person. So you have to really school your kids on how to manage that. Even for myself, as I'm getting older, I I don't know. I pray that if I'm in another situation like that I'm going to handle it in a way that I'm going to walk away from that situation. That I'm not going to put myself at risk to go to jail, to be hurt, or whatever. I hope I can. I hope I can walk away because it's not worth it. It's not worth it. My sister, many years ago, she had an arm baby, one of her babies, and somebody, a white man, mushed her because they were like in line or something. She was by herself. Like, what was she gonna do? She got a baby in her arm. He mushed her, said some racist shit. What was she gonna do? Tell somebody, oh, hold my baby while I fight him. No. She was able to walk away from that situation. So, I would say, be careful how you judge somebody and how they handle a racist situation because until you in that situation and you looking around the environment, you got to make a decision. You can curse them out, you can put your hands on them, or you can walk away. That's the only three ways I can think of. Now, if y'all know any other ways to deal with a racist, put it in the chat, in the comment section. Because I can't think of any other ways. But that's it. That's all. In the description box, I'll tell you where that video is and where you can go and watch it yourself. But, all right. Well, thank you, thank you, thank you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.